Alright guys, let's get this popping and rolling. Y'all already know I got the pack, and as I was telling y'all, I had to do the brake pads. So today is Monday. I said let me start it, so I did one side. This is not a video to show you how to. This is a video showing that basically I'll just show what I did real quick. So real quick, this was the EBC brand. Right, so show y'all the brake pads. Brake pads is not bad. I wore them down though. Still had a little bit more meat on this, but you know, this one here was a little bit more down. So I went with power stop this time. EBC to me, I think it was a little bit overrated. I spent a couple of bucks for it. It was kind of expensive, so that's why I didn't actually go back and use it again, because I didn't really see too much of what it was doing for me to be spending like 200 bucks on some pads. So these pads was actually like 100 and change, a little bit cheaper, ceramic joint. So I used them before a few years ago. So I said, you know what, let me go ahead and get that again. So I just got one more side to knock out real quick, and then that's it. Then I'm gonna hit the road, because that's it. Rangel is going to the body shop. Rangel will be going in spot 31 to get that GM rush done. I have all my stuff, so now we're just I'm gonna take my time with it, people. I'm not gonna rush it, so it maybe take me like 4 days. I'm gonna do a little bit every day, because y'all already know I'm beating up the road, so I'm not gonna you know, I gotta go to work, I gotta do this, so I'm gonna do a little bit every day. So maybe tonight I'll start the just breaking off the coloring and the rust, and then doing like a light sanding, and then maybe the next day I use the fiberglass mesh and basically start to prep it, sand it, you know how that goes. Take my time, make sure it come out decent enough just to move around. You know what I mean? Renzel is a runner. He's not to say like he's in a show or something. I mean, he's running, he's beating up the road. He's a work. To me, he's a work, whatever you want to call it, truck, SUV, whatever, because he's constantly on the road. Hopefully we're gonna use it for a little bit of tone, a little bit of this and that, whatever, but he's always on the road. So just wanted to show y'all real quick what I got going on. And as I said, I didn't want to do this, but I had to do that, because it's like, if I didn't do that, I'm limited on my travels, and I really need to use the charger right now. I got the Toyota here in the cut, but the Toyota needs some work too. This is gonna be my winter work, but I use this car for the winter time, like when it's snow and stuff. So as soon as it get like maybe like October and stuff, I got a few parts I'm just gonna swap out, because the garage is gonna be actually a little bit more cooler than it was very, very humid and warm for the last couple of months with the summer. So the Toyota, I just have to do the axle, tie rods, the motor mounts, and the belts, and that's it for that. And then this should be, get a wheel alignment. This should be basically good, and just start to clean it up after that. So, but I'm gonna be using kind of this for the week. I'm not gonna beat it up too much, because as I said, the necessary things I gotta do, I still gotta do it regardless. So I just want to get the brakes on this, so I can beat this up back on the road while Renzel sit here in spot 31 getting that GM rush handle. And then Renzel will be, you know, back up and running. But I'm gonna start, this is August, Scat Pack up next. Scat Pack activated. So this is, y'all gonna see this, me pulling up in this now. So y'all gonna be like, where Renzel at? I know y'all gonna miss Renzel, but Renzel will be back. Renzel is getting that surgery done that he well needed, that time to get the surgery done, because it's just getting worse. All right, guys, I'm gonna tap back in with y'all. This is just a short video, as I said, just showing what I'm doing. This is not, as I say, you know, I got stuff all over the place, and I still want to hit a show today. So let me get back on my journey to just swapping out these brake pads real quick. So I'll tap back in with y'all just to show y'all the update, what's going on. And I'm working on my DIY-ish. And that's what I'm doing. All right, be back. All right, guys, I'm back on this side. So as I said, just pre-game the other pads right here. Where is the hardware? Trying to get the hardware out. basically the new hardware I gotta be used. The new pin. The new pins. Alright, so basically, what I'm saying is I'm just gonna get ready to take this out. I'm gonna put y'all on the stand. And I'm gonna get y'all in position, and y'all can just hang out with me for a few while I actually knock this out. Alright. Right there is cool. And you could talk about it. I forgot my mic upstairs, so I don't know if the sound quality will be the best, but all right. So real quick, so with the charger, this is now a regular caliper, like a Honda Accord. So this is a caliper where the brakes basically slides in. They got 2 pins, and they have something like this, right? Basically holding it. Basically down, the brake pads down, the 2 pins go through here, and it got a big sensor bolt, right? So I like it because it's real kind of simple. It's not like the original old style caliper, but it's, you know, when you do it the first time and a few times, excuse me, damn, it becomes pretty easy. So this is like the center bolt that basically kind of like locks the pads in like a protection, so the pads won't kind of like slip out. So we'll put that here, and then you will kind of need like a little poker, because the pins right here, you gotta kind of knock them out. So I got like 2 different sizes, right, as y'all can see. So usually I just start off with this one here, and I have a mallet. It's important to have a mallet and not a hammer, because you know, this already is tedious already, because after some years, like I got like a little bit of chips on it, a little bit of discoloration from heat, whatever. We can't do nothing about that, because that's unless you don't drive it then. So I'll start off with this. This don't go all the way in. I just kind of like this. This is like kind of like my guide to push the pin in to a certain point, right? After that, I go to this one, and then I'm just gonna, cause this one is able to go straight through that hole. They kind of call this a punch. That's what they call it. Like they call it punches. It's kind of like punches, like screws and stuff like that. So I just knock this one in, and then I start with the bottom one. It's kind of like knock it half the way in, and then one at a time. Get it started, right? So start it. It only goes up to, it's only gonna go into a certain point. So the certain point is basically at this end right here, and then I should be able to wiggle it out. This one here just came out of the line. The bottom one basically is kind of out. Then you could kind of like push this pin down a little bit, release the tension, and kind of, you know, you gotta kind of improvise again and use a punch again a little bit to help get this thing out. Sometimes it'll be a little stiff, so that took off the tension. So usually I just keep it kind of like in the same order, just in case something weird happens, right? Same way I took it out, I'll put it down the same way. So that one here, right? So as I said, I got my new one. My new one, just make sure everything is the same. It looks the same, as I did it already. And I kind of just put them back in the same place, so when I got to install, I already know. All right, so now, to get this pad out, this pad is gonna be a little tough. Right, so usually what I gotta do with this pad, I could actually, let me get my other light. With this pad here, I could actually see the pad right here. So usually what I do, I just kind of like help guide it out, push it out. It's like it slides out basically. So Right, I should be able to slide the pad out. But what I actually want to do with this pad, I have to basically let me slide the one pad out because I'm gonna have to push the caliper in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just take take this and take the mallet and just kind of like knock it out a little bit. Sometimes it get a little tough, right? So I know with this pad maybe what it looked like before, but let me see what it looked like now, because of the fact that it was down to like the last, and it still had some decent stuff left. That's why but I didn't want to take too much chances like driving it with it low like that, because I mean you could maybe see one part but you don't know about the back or the other part. So this right here came out like this. So usually I just try to keep things in order. So what I'm gonna do here now is, since that side is out, I got a little plate here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to see if I could push the piston in a little bit. Too big. If I could get it wedged in there. So, see that the whole joint just kind of went back, which I want that. So, bring it out a little bit. And what I'm saying is, since I got like some play here, try to push the piston back. So it's 3 pistons. Right. So what I'm gonna do is try to get this side, worked in a little bit. And the way these pistons is like when you squeeze one, see, like if I squeeze one in the middle, the one on that end come back out. So let me just take a look to see how they look. So they look all good, they look all in. So now I'm gonna put this pad back in, and I'm gonna do the same steps with the piston. Which I noticed when I push these pistons in, I think this one moved out. So what I did from last time was I gotta get another rag, people. Get another rag. All right, so I got another rag. I know y'all can't see like deep what I'm doing, which I know, as I said, this is not a lesson. But so what happened when I pushed these in, right? These kind of like poked out. I don't know why that happened, but so what I gotta do is I gotta kind of use a rag and a screwdriver and push the piston in. So I can get the brake pad in, and I can basically, now I should be able to get the pad, the original pad should be able to slide that in a little bit. Still pretty tough. Alright, so now since I got that back in a little bit, now I'm gonna take the screwdriver again and push that. So I got that in flat. Yeah, somebody coming in the garage as well. Alright, got that in flat. So now, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna do a quick wipe. Just got like some beach wipes, nothing crazy. I'll do some brake brush. It's really going to do it different anyway. I said just so that these calipers is like, they're cool. I want to clean them. Alright, so that's what clean I'm going to do for that. So now, this one here, just do a quick comparison on the pads. And I left the warning guards on. Usually I'll break them off, but this one I just double check. Look at the pads and make sure this one is Gucci, one of the ones. So I said this one's already greased up. So let's get this one in. Alright, got this one in. Let's get the second one in. Not tighten it yet. Now to get these clips back in. How they look. So let's do one at a time. Put this here. And let's use this light. This way back in here. Another line in here. To get one worked in first. And I'll have to just figure out the other one. Looks that way. least I got one. So now I just gotta worry about the other one. Alright guys, I got everything in. As I said, the only thing I have to do, which I don't want to forget, I have to tighten up this thing right here. Make sure I lock that back in. Very important. I'm pretty much done, ready to beat up the road now, people. So, let's say the garage is hot. Garage is hot. Take a look at these pads real quick. It's about done. As I said, where's the other old one? So this right here. They did what they did. Took it down. Show it down. Alright guys, y'all already see the vibes. So, always working, not working. Now I got a 60-30 glove glove. Let me take a look at the brake fluid. Brake fluid is decent, but not full, because maybe the back is a little bit low. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pump the brakes and get that piston. Alright guys, so that's all done. Voila. Brakes changed. So I said, not really too, just little things you maybe gotta do extra just to get it back into place. So as I can see, Brembo